And when I became the president of the Young Liberals, we had 411 people, and Trudeau was the guest speaker. So we have to do that, but it's riding based. We wouldn't allow any more than 5 people. To get 400 people at a convention, we wouldn't let there be any more than 5 from any one riding. I mean, what that forces you to do is drill into Woodstock and drill into Florenceville, and you wouldn't believe the numbers of people that populate the Liberal Party now from that period of time. So I think we really need to organize Fredericton National Access. If Fredericton National Access is healthy, generally speaking, the rest will look after itself. I mean, times 50, 55. And the policy process has to be legitimate. It's very doable, and it creates other things. The first time I met Dr. King, he was the, imagine this, he was the policy representative for the riding of Fredericton South in a policy development process that was organized so that every single constituency had a named policy representative whose responsibility it was to push up policy ideas. The party today should be talking about, I think, for instance, what defines a liberal, I believe in government. Governments have to have money, and we should raise the HST with low-income protection. Lots of people believe this. That's a discussion that is au courant. It's being talked about all over the place right now. It should be discussed, regardless of what one may believe the outcome of that discussion should be. The reality is these are the things that we should be talking about all the time, and speaking to our caucus and speaking to our leadership, who are going to be taking public positions with or without our contribution. And so if we say, I don't like the fact that the leader said this about that or this about something else, it's as much our fault as it is the leader's fault if we don't tell them. So we gather, we say we think this should happen or it shouldn't happen. Quite frankly, it's more important to me that we gather and talk about it than it is what the outcome is. But if we gather and talk about it, and then we say to the leader, this is what we think you should do, and you multiply that by 55, and I think you begin to reflect the views of the people in New Brunswick. So, for what it's worth. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Matt Hopkins, recently out of the military and trying to get involved in politics. One thing I want to really impress upon everybody here is the need to be open and welcoming. Trying to get involved is hard work, very, very hard work, especially when you're young. And as we look around the room, we don't have a lot of minority faces here. We're mostly white people here. We're mostly mature people here. A lot of us are probably mostly educated here, higher than high school. That's a problem. We need to be able to be open to those ideas because they're the ones that are driving the future. They're the ones that are voting for us, and that's what matters. Here's an example right here, this young lady. She taught me today that the real impact of cuts to education was that kids had to print out paper at home. Economic problems, printers, ink, time, effort, a lot. It's bigger than these petty little things that we throw around on political talk shows and talk radio. It's more than that. And I want to hear from students like her